everybody, my name's Steve Clarkson. I'm with Shahade Twal. We are alabaster coordinators for the Eurasia region, and we're in the 75th anniversary of alabaster. I'm going to ask Shahade a few questions. So, Shahade, good to see you. Love working with you. I've got some questions for you, if that's okay, about alabaster. In our introduction, can you just tell me how alabaster has influenced you or had an impact on you personally?
Oh, thank you, Steve. That's a good question. Well, actually, the church I grew up in Jordan, in Irbid, in the north of Jordan, was built, sorry, with the assistance of alabaster. So if it wasn't for that help, I would not have a church where I could practice preaching, where we could meet safely, where the ministry could grow in an Islamic country. It was always difficult for us to find somebody who would sell us land for a church. You know, Jordan is a majority Muslim country, so to find somebody who is willing to sell us a church and to have the resources to buy, not a church, to sell us a land, and to have the resources to buy that land was always a challenge. So once we found somebody who actually was a Muslim man who was willing to sell us land to build a church on, we contacted Alabaster. We told them we have the money, we just need a little bit of help, and Alabaster came through for us and gave us the funds we needed to purchase that land, and later on we were able to build that church. So that had a very personal impact on me and on my life, and the life of my family in Jordan, and all my relatives, and the congregation that is using that church until today.
So our members give to Alabaster on a regular basis. Can you kind of share some of the projects that they've helped support over the recent months and years in our region?
Definitely, and I'm very thankful for those members and for the churches who do give. It does have a big impact, not only on churches around the world, but actually also on here on our region. We have given to churches that are not even far away from the UK. We have given to churches that are in the UK. We have given to churches in Portugal, where a church was in a difficult situation. The church was growing. They needed more space, but the building they have is in a protected area where they cannot make any changes to the building. So Alabaster came and helped them buy a tent where they can place it, a non-permanent structure, which according to the law was legal. So we could build this non-permanent structure right next to the church, and now the church grew to more than 200 people. And they have a very good and strong ministry to the young, to the youth, to children, family ministry, and that all happened because of Alabaster's help. Countries like Jordan, where we actually need land, we need church for people to worship safely. We were able to help buy just recently, within the last few weeks, a land actually in the area of Mount Nebo, which is a biblical site where Moses looked over into the promised land. So very close to that area in Pakistan, we were able to support some of our churches there by building churches there through the help of Alabaster. So these are some examples from our region. I can go on, but I know we have time restrictions.
That's okay. So if anybody has any questions, who can they reach out to if they're interested in Alabaster?
Well, definitely they can reach out to me or to you and ask, and we can guide them through a very simple process of filling out an application to receive some support from Alabaster. They could reach out and explain their project to their local DS and all the FSC, and they will also, again, they will direct them to either to you or to myself. And you and I have been working together on looking at these applications and trying our best to process them as fast as possible, so that we are not putting a hindrance, but actually we are helping to resource our church on the region here.
Absolutely. And it's a real blessing when we see the Alabaster requests come through. Can you just remind our members and our friends what the kind of requirements we will be looking for when we kind of consider an Alabaster request?
Yes. Definitely. Well, I think for you and I, the best or the main thing is that we look at is this like local ownership? And I don't mean like actually owning the property, but actually the church looking at this ministry and saying, this is our ministry, and this is something we are investing in, like having stakeholders in that ministry. It's not somebody coming from outside to do in our community. No, this is our own ministry to our community. The second thing we see at is the financial resources the applicant is bringing. We do ask for a 50% participant. So if somebody, let's say, is asking $5, we ask them to also raise $5 on their own, so that there's again that sense of ownership. The third thing was we would like to see how they are participating in the mission of the church. So if they are giving to World Evangelism Fund, if they are working with the district, we don't try to like support a ministry that is on its own, that is not in cooperation with the district. So if a church is giving its part of its budget to the district and to the district ministry, and if it's working well with the district, if it has the district support. And finally, we do see who is driving the vision behind that project. We always, you and I, when we talk to the pastors, we would like to see that this is something that is agreed upon by the whole church or the whole community or the whole ministry team. It's not only one person who is driving that vision, but it is a communal vision of the church together. So these are some of the criteria we look at.
Amen. So, Shahade, thank you for your time this afternoon. It's been
pleasure.
really good to talk, and thank you for your continued giving to Alabaster. It is a real blessing to give, and every penny, every pound makes a huge difference to the mission of the church. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.